We realized something was different with Beth when she was just born because she couldn't move her head.
For whatever reason, Beth was put on this earth with some very substantial difficulties.
She was behind in every avenue of development. Yeah, she didn't want to talk, or, she just wanted me to hold her.
And she wasn't just different from an intellectual standpoint. She had physical manifestations of it, where she slouched and she walked a little differently than most people.
Before Beth went to Cheyenne Village, she was lost, dealing with people.
Frustrated, not feeling like she was part of society.
Beth came to Cheyenne Village in 1983, and she was in different programs.
My feelings when she joined Cheyenne Village, I was excited, but I was nervous because I didn't know what to expect.
And through the years, they had different type of training apartments and programs to help develop this independence to someday be ready to move and live in your own apartment.
I do remember that when Beth joined Cheyenne Village, there was a sense of relief in the family because literally my mom was spending all of her time with Beth as she grew up.
I had to drive her, and it was totally difficult because she was the oldest of 4, and I was her main source of help.
In 2010, we didn't have a lot of communication. In fact, Beth just did not want to answer questions at all.
So for Beth, one of her programs that just started in November is initiating conversation. And that's a big deal for her. And just showing that she does know how to communicate is something that she's working on every day.
Without Cheyenne Village, I'm not sure where Beth would be today. I don't know how she would have navigated her life from high school to where she is today. I mean, she was 23 when she went to Cheyenne Village, and now she's 57.
I think Beth would not be as independent as she is. She might be living with her mother or a family member, or living in another kind of facility where she can't be as independent.
Imagine all those years that I didn't have to worry about her not being taken care of, or not, being pioneered through life and everything that comes along. I couldn't have done it. That's a long time.
And Beth has grown tremendously in those years. And I think a lot of that has to do with some of the great staff that we've had.
A few weeks ago, she called me and said, "Brianna, I did some of my cleaning before you came over today." And just having her show small initiative is a huge step for her. And it may just be vacuuming to you and I, but for her, that is huge.
Did I ever think Beth would be living in her own apartment? No, never. She's just done amazingly well with Cheyenne Village. And it's not because they do everything for her. She has learned to do things for herself.
So with Cheyenne Village, she's able to live in her own apartment, do the things that she wants to do in her own environment.
She's amazed me. She really has. She's really blossomed on her own.
I have such a heart for Beth. I think that she is a passionate, intelligent woman. And I think just growing every day, even in small ways, like remembering to brush her teeth or remembering to lock her front door, I think that makes her future a little brighter.
I never thought she would have an apartment. I never thought she'd be happy. I never thought my mom would have the opportunity to get out in the community and do the things she loves to do, that she really was somewhat prohibited from doing as Beth grew up. So I just didn't think she'd get this far, so I think it's wonderful, and I thank Cheyenne Village for that.
I see her as a part of the Cheyenne Village family, and we are supporting her no matter what her needs are.
So I think her future is bright just in that there's a little bit of growth every day.
You know, everyone who has a child with any form of disability worries about what's going to happen when they ultimately pass. And I'm sure, you know, no worry goes away completely, but knowing that organization is there, it's a lifesaver.
It's important to give to Cheyenne Village because it's the most long-standing organization helping people with developmental disabilities. I have never heard anyone say anything negative about Cheyenne Village. It's just all positive.
It's important to give to Cheyenne Village because there's so many needs. Some people need help with buying clothing that they need, shoes, new winter jackets.
But I think the demographic that we work with is just as important as children or the elderly. These are people that need our help on a basic level.
And I just want to express that I hope people give and continue to give to Cheyenne Village because it's important for organizations like that. They would not survive without a community of people who care about the disabled and want them to be functioning members of society. So please give what you can. Thank you.